Good
morning, everybody. My name is Carla Jane Colwell, and I am an authorised marriage celebrant. Welcome everyone to the most beautiful location, which is the Melbourne Botanic Gardens. Firstly, I'd like to make a special thank you to Jim and Toula's children, Nicholas, Olivia, Alani and Nikolai, who have made a special contribution or stamp on this ceremony today, which Jim and Toula are just as happy about, which brings this ceremony together as a complete family, which also includes all 8 grandchildren. I would also like to introduce Nikki, who is Jim's sister, who is standing right next to me, who will also interpret throughout the ceremony. This is just to cover those who are not so fluent in English, and also this is a legal requirement by Australian law, but also we don't want you to miss out on anything said that is also so beautiful, like the vows or poems throughout the wedding. A bit of housekeeping rules first. Would you all turn your mobiles and devices off, as we have a professional photographer here today, John, and he will not miss anything here today, and he was quite happy to give out any photographs, etc. for the whole event at the end, so that's fine. So you won't miss out on anything. The toilets are just to the left, and can everybody hear me?
Yes.
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 Yes. In the event of emergency, the meeting point is just over to the gate, which is just on the right. Now, if everybody could please stand, and let's begin. Who gives this woman here today?
I do.
Thank you, Nicholas. Please take a seat. And you can take a seat too. Their story. If I've ever heard a love story, this is it. When Jim first approached me through his friend, I sat down and listened to the basic outline of this story, and I thought, oh, that's nice. But after more time spent together with Jim, finally told me more and more about the relationship. You know what men are like. It wasn't until I spoke to Nikki beside me that I learnt now more and more. Now that brought me to a tear in my eye and made me think of how love can just come back at any time, just when you need it most, or when true love just has to run its course. Jim and Toula were high school sweethearts. Did you know that, kids? But like a lot of families in the 70s, Jim's family immigrated to Australia for a fresh start. That broke the young romance and they lost contact. So life moves on. Jim becoming a successful builder with 2 beautiful children, Nicholas and Olivia. Toula also moved on, stayed in Greece and became a very successful museum curator, and also had 2 beautiful children, Eleanor and Nikos. Now, who believes in fate or wonders of technology? Well, I certainly do. Well, this is where we now are. Jim, probably encouraged by his children to get onto Facebook, does so and reconnects with Toula, just out of curiosity to see what she's been up to. Toula, according to her children, that's what she told me anyway, that she didn't stop talking about Jim for days and days, and what they had got up to, where they went on for days, where they kissed for the first time. My, what a gentleman you are, Jim. So this is where the love story picks up again. The daily Facebooking. I believe it was what Eleanor and Olivia were starting to push Jim to come over. Notice here is where the girls are more proactive. Once Jim arrived, it was like he had never left. According to Toula, Jim said he couldn't believe just how beautiful Toula had become. After all these years, their feelings were reignited. Their story isn't finished, it's just had another life detour. And they're back where they started. So, without any further ado, we'll repeat this after me. I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into life. That section.
I'm duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages according to law. Before you are joined in marriage and in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are now about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life.
Next, I call upon Olivia, who would like to read a poem. She has chosen a particular poem which she feels best describe what lies ahead. Thank you, Olivia.
Just as the earth goes through seasons, so does a family in the course of time endure seasons. Falling in love, marriage and the birth of children are times of renewal like spring. Long pleasant periods of calm are like the feeling of an endless summer. As we and our children grow older, our leaves start to change. We start to experience autumn. This may seem like dying, but it's only signs of a new phase of life. Crises and hardship are times for the family to stay close together, help each other out and enjoy the frigid winds of change. This period is akin to winter. Life is full of seasons and changes which are best experienced with the support of family and friends.
Thanks, Olivia. Please take a seat. Okay, so now it's time for the vows, etc. So, I'll just get you in for here. Okay, so, James Stephen Peters, do you take Toula Christakos to be your wife? Do you promise to respect her, love, humour, support and cherish her with all your heart? Do you promise to build a future with her that is filled with happiness, tenderness, adventure, great conversations and many trips back to your homeland?
I do.
Toula. Toula Christos, do you take James Stephen Peters to be your husband? Do you promise to respect, love, honour, support and cherish him with all your heart? Do you promise to build a future with him that is filled with tenderness, adventure, great conversations and many trips back to the homeland?
I do.
Thank you. Now, could we have the rings, please? Thank you. I'll take them. Thank you. Alrighty. Jim, please take this ring and place this on Toula's finger and repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon the persons here present
to witness that I, James Stephen Peters,
to witness that I, James Stephen Peters,
take you, Toula Christos,
take you, Toula Christos,
Christos, to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Thank you. Toula, please place this ring on Jim's finger and repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present to witness
I call upon the persons here present to witness
that I, Toula Christos,
that I, Toula Christos,
take you, James Stephen Peters,
take you, James Stephen Peters,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Beautiful. Jim and Toula, please light your taper candles and ignite the centre candle. The individual candles represent your individual lives before today. In lighting the scented candle, this